welcome to Third Thursday. We are continuing our Third Thursdays through the summer. We weren't sure if we were going to, but we decided to do that. So if you're listening live or if you are listening to the recording, we're happy to have you. And it is, as of this recording, the first day of summer, and it's the longest day of the year. So I made the class a little later because it's still light and it feels like daytime to me. So anyway, it is Thursday evening, the first day of summer in 2024. And tonight we are going to be talking about how do we know what oils to use? And because we have so many amazing oils, and doTERRA keeps bringing us more. I'm looking for my, oh, there it is. doTERRA keeps bringing us more oils, which we love, but sometimes it's like gets overwhelming and you start thinking, how do I even know what oils to use? So I'm in the Living magazine right here, and there's a page of single oils. These are all single oils, so two sides of oils, more. I mean, it's crazy. More. Look at that. It's amazing. And then blends. So, and more of those, more blends. And yes, so that's pretty amazing. We also have our supplement line and our other products that are oils in a soft gel or whatever. So that's still considered oils, right? But they're in a soft gel. So oftentimes we just think, I don't know what oil to use. And so there are some great ways to kind of frame up in your mind how to use the oils you have. And so what's great about it too is tonight, after hearing some of these ways to help you figure out what oils to use for whatever you have going on, is if you don't have one oil, you might have another oil that will do the same job. And what we find is we find the oils that might work best for us, depending on what the situation is, or we find that the oils that we have. So sometimes I just say to people, well, use what you have. Or if someone says, oh, I am, this is going on. And then I'll say, well, what oils do you have? Because I don't want to tell them some random oil that they don't have. And then they think they can't take care of the issue because they don't have the oil. But our oils are so diverse that when we can learn how to look at how to use them, you're going to really feel equipped to use the oils that you have in your home. And also maybe get excited to get some oils that you don't have, because it's just like eating vegetables or fruit or anything that's good for us. We don't want to eat only just one thing. It's good for our body to have exposure to different things that are good for us. And even they might be similar things, but they just bring a little bit different chemistry or nutrition to our body. And that's the same with the oils. They're going to just it's going to come at how it works in your body in a different way. So tonight we're going to talk about our body systems. So when you think about an issue that your body has, the first thing is you might think who, what, where, like that. So who, when you think of who with people, we think of a name, right? So what is the name of the issue that you have? So there's probably during a season where you're itchy and sneezy, it might be allergies, right? So the name of it might be allergies. So think, what's the name of it? And then we're going to think about where is that happening? So allergies could be happening in your nose, like your itchy nose, scratchy throat, runny, itchy eyes, or sneezing, right? You could be stuffy. You could even have allergies that affect your skin. So you think, well, where is it happening? And then what system is it in my body that's being attacked? Like, what is the system? We're going to talk a little bit about body systems, because when you start learning which oils support different body systems, then you can kind of just know, well, I'm going to pick one of these oils in this body system, and I can use it topically, aromatically, and possibly internally. You're going to take a look and make sure it has a supplement fact box on the label. And this is ylang ylang, like you don't even think about using that internally, but it's one that you can use internally. So you may not know the very best way to use it for whatever it is that you have, but that's okay. Just know you're going to use it either aromatically, topically, or internally. And just make sure that you check that you can use it internally. when we talk about the 3 ways to use an oil, the reason I want you to think about the location is because you could use it topically for whatever it is that you have going on. So for example, if you have allergies and you have itchy eyes, then you might just go ahead. You're not going to put them in your eyes. You're going to put the oils near your eyes that are going to help with itchy eyes. So you might put them on the bones around your eyes, or I like to put it right on the bridge of my nose. And we will talk about the properties of the oils, but most of us know that lavender is one of those oils that helps with itchy things. So you're going to maybe put some lavender on your nose and around your eyes. So that's why I like to say, where is it happening? Put the oil there, okay? Or near there. So let's go back to body systems. One of the programs that we've talked about before, it's called Symphony of Cells. It's going to help you know what body systems different oils address. So sometimes we don't know, we're not quite sure what to use, but if we can figure out the body system that is being affected and then what oils are useful in that body system, then we'll know what to do. So one of the ways we can find out body systems is to just simply go to our doTERRA account. Go to Discover, right up there. You're going to see products, and then look at that right there, body systems. So the thing about doTERRA, they can't say all the things, but they can give you a little bit of an indication of what system the particular product might be used for. If you go to a book like Modern Essentials or the Symphony of Cells, they're going to give you a lot more information where you don't have to make as much of a leap as to like, oh, what does that even mean? So let's look at seasonal threats. Let's go to respiratory system, because that's probably what it's addressing. The top products, so you can read about what is the respiratory system, just to make sure you're on the right system. It's responsible for breathing, lungs, airways, okay? So all of that. And then right here, you've got peppermint, cardamom, thyme, and all the breathe products. Those are the top products listed for the respiratory system. Now, you can use your doTERRA.com account for kind of general basic things, but you also, if you want to dive deeper, then you're going to want to get a book like the Modern Essentials or a Modern Essentials app, or the Essential Life book, or the Oil Magic book. Lots of great resources that are going to help you with body systems. So I want to just go over the body systems really quickly with you. Let's go back to Discover and go up to Discover Solutions. So your body systems are your circulatory system. So that's going to be anything with the heart, circulatory, and cardio: heart, arteries, veins, blood, lymph nodes, and kidneys. So that's your circulatory system. So you would click on that and see what oils are the top products. Again, there's a list on Modern Essentials or on the Symphony of Cells. There's a list of probably 30 oils. And I'm sure you have one of the 30 oils that are listed. So that's how I'm saying you always have something that is going to help based on the system. So digestive system, we all know what the digestive system is. That is your large and small intestine, your stomach, esophagus, liver, pancreas, gallbladder, rectum. That's your digestive system. The endocrine system is one we don't think about a lot, but it is super important. This is your thyroid, your hypothalamus, your parathyroid, your pineal gland, your adrenals, your thymus, pituitary, kidneys, and all your reproductive glands. So this is the hormonal kind of system, the endocrine system. So let's just take a look for fun at the top products. Okay, adaptive, clary sage, phytoestrogen, lavender, and grapefruit. So even right here, and then they give tips for the endocrine system. So look, those are the top products, but then they say inhale rosemary or lavender to help you relax. Apply clary sage or clary calm to abdomen. Take fennel internally. So grapefruit and Melissa, you can find a lot of good information right here. Even if a doctor says to you, well, you're having, some issues with your thyroid, you can go, oh, thyroid, what's that? Endocrine system. Okay, what oils are supportive to the endocrine system? You can go to your doTERRA account and check it out, or you can go to one of of the other resources. Let me tell you some of the oils for the endocrine system, just some, because like, again, there's like 30. Arbor vitae, basil, bergamot, cassia, cinnamon, clary sage, coriander, clove, copaiba, cypress, frankincense. I mean, that's just the start. I'll go down to the bottom. Spikenard, tangerine, Siberian fir, turmeric, wild orange, yarrow palm, ylang ylang. Those are just a few. There's way more. So when you hear, oh, you might have trouble, you might be having a problem with this, you can start addressing it at home with your oils. I'm not saying don't go to the doctor. I'm not saying don't, get the help you need. But a lot of times, if we know we're having an issue with something or a particular system in our body, we have what we need to at least start supporting it with the oils. And the reason we want to support our body is because taking medications is really just going to put a Band-Aid on, typically on the problem. It's not going to help support the body to move through the problem. And then pretty soon you don't have the problem. So that's our goal. Now, we all know it's not just the oils or the products or supplements, it's lifestyle. So it's all the things. It's nutrition. It's how much movement we're getting, because that's so important. It's how we manage our stress, and it's reducing our exposure to toxins. So again, why don't we don't want to just grab a pill. We want to make sure that what we're putting in our body isn't going to add more stress to our body to have to, deal with it and have now a bunch of more toxins that are going to maybe add more stress to our body and not help us get through whatever the issue is. So then you have your immune system. We all know what that is. We've always worked really hard the last few years to keep that strong. And that includes your bone marrow, your thymus, your spleen, and your lymph nodes. That is your immune. Those are the organs in your immune system. Integumentary system. That's our skin, hair, and nails. Integumentary system. Musculoskeletal. That's your muscles and your skeleton. Nervous system. That one's very complicated. It's, again, one we probably don't think about, but very important system. They're all important in our body. So you can read, it's your nerves. It's your body's communication channel. Nerves send and receive messages that allow you to think, feel, process sensory information, and control movement. Sounds pretty important to me. The nervous system is also responsible for emotions. And learning to manage negative emotions can help balance the nervous system. So here's some of the top products for the nervous system. And then they give you, that's kind of funny wording, nervous tips. So there's some tips that make you nervous. No, they'll help you with it. So there's a lot of great information right there on your doTERRA website. So here's some other systems. Look at all these systems we get to know about. Respiratory system, or reproductive system, we know about that. And then respiratory system, we already looked at that. Another system listed in the Symphony of Cells that they pull out kind of separate is emotions and limbic system, which this is probably combining in the nervous and the endocrine. But that's the hippocampus, the amygdala, those are all in your brain. Olfactory bulb, that's in your brain. Pineal gland, in your brain. Corpus callosum, that's in your brain, connects right and left side. And fornix, so that's all in your brain. So emotions and limbic system is separated out. And so they have singles and blends and also supplements that are going to support that system. So it's super important to kind of start learning what system different things are. If you have a stomach ache, that's probably your digestive system. However, it also could be your limbic system, your emotions, right? So start thinking that way because it could help you determine what oil you might use. I'm thinking right now, again, of lime essential oil. Okay, it's a citrus. We all love our citrus oils. We know they're cleansing. Okay, great. But I happen to just know, because I've heard it somewhere, lime is great, particularly for the respiratory system. Like of the citrus oils, it's one of the best ones for the respiratory system. So great. Anytime there's something respiratory, I'm going to grab my lime. Why not? I like lime. I'm going to add it to my water. I might diffuse it. And I know I'm supporting my respiratory system because it's one of the oils listed in respiratory system. Again, remember, doTERRA's going to have limited information on the body systems. If you go into a book like Modern Essentials or Oil Smart, this is from Symphony of Cells as well. This is from Boyd Truman, and he goes into his Oil Smart books are great, but they have lists of ailments, system, and then all the oils that could possibly be helpful. And so then people go, but how do I use it? Aromatically, topically, or internally? And so, you know, it really, if we just keep breaking it down and keep it simple, we can find an oil that we can use for just about anything. Another great book that someone shared in one of the groups is Surviving When Modern Medicine Fails. And this is by Dr. Scott Johnson. He does have a website, and he has a Facebook, he has a website too, but he has a Facebook group, Dr. Scott Johnson. Really great. Lots of good scientific information. He doesn't talk about brand names because he's trying to just stay like away from all that. But in the back of the book, here's like tendinitis. Apply 1 to 2 drops each of lemongrass, marjoram, basil, and wintergreen to the affected area 4 to 5 times daily. So think about the body systems and think about tendinitis. That's going to be musculoskeletal, right? And anything that's itis means it's inflamed, right? It's got some sort of inflammation of some sort or infection. And so we're going to use oils that are going to help with discomfort and also reducing that swelling and inflammation. And so this book has, first of all the science on each oil, and then the contraindications if you're on medicines, and then information about ailments and like actual protocols to use. So I do love this book. But again, if we always have to go run to a book, we want to feel confident with our oils and just use them daily and not feel stressed out about, I'm going to use the wrong oil. You're probably not going to use the wrong oil. The wrong oil is no oil. If you don't use it at all, then yeah, that was wrong. But other than that, anything you have, grab it and use it. It's going to be helpful. And if you have a blend, my goodness, it's going to have something in the blend that's going to address one of the systems that you're needing. The Modern Essentials book, in the back, they have a appendix that shows the properties of oils. So they not only have systems, they have properties. So for example, Arbor Vitae is antibacterial, antifungal, anti-infectious, antimicrobial, antiparasitic, and antiseptic. You can just know that, like, if you're not feeling well, you've got some kind of bad thing coming on, Arbor Vitae, antibacterial, antifungal, antimicrobial, antiparasitic, antiseptic. I mean, it's not antiviral though. So if you feel like it's more viral, oh, look, clove, antiviral. So this is a really great reference to the property of the oil, but then it also has a chart with the systems. So you can kind of start understanding better. And when doTERRA describes some of their products, they'll say, this is supportive for the cardiovascular system. Well, then you know it's going to help with anything with the heart, blood flow, you know, whatever, anything that has to do with your heart, basically, or your circulation, your circulatory system. So I wanted to share that. There's another resource I want to show you. And if you are watching this, you are in Real Life Healing. So that means that you have access to this. Okay. So over here on the side is Kathy's little black book of EOs. So when you are in Real Life Healing at home, if you're on the home, or even if, let's see if you're on feed. Oh, even if you're on feed, over here on this side is the Kathy's little black book of EOs. And if you click on it, you can see all of these things that are in here. And let's just pick, oh, look, she has them broken into systems. Oh, look, circulatory system. How about blood pressure? Let's look. Okay, so here's some recommendations for blood pressure and even how to use it. So you can check that out. So just so you know, another great resource is Kathy's little black book, and that is in our Real Life Healing. I mean, my goodness. I hope you take some time to look at Kathy's little black book. This is going to help you learn the systems as well. All right. So we've talked about resources that you need to use your oils, but I want to just quickly talk through a few things that I have just this week we used. So I took a friend, she had eye surgery and that where your lids are starting to impair your vision. They gave her some pain meds to take home. They, of course, gave her some when she had the surgery, but then after that, of course, they give you some to take home. But she said, oh, no, I'll take them. But she said, I'm just going to use my oils. And so we made up capsules of 6 drops of oregano, 6 drops of marjoram, 6 drops of frankincense, and 3 or 4 drops, because that's all that would fit, of lemongrass. And so that was like a pain balm. And you can swap out oregano or marjoram so it's frankincense and marjoram or frankincense and oregano, and then add some lemongrass in there as well. And we put them in the veggie caps and we made them up ahead of time. And that worked because there was no citrus oil in there, because lemongrass is not a citrus, and they didn't dissolve. And she's been doing fine without any pain meds. And the doctor was like, oh, okay, if that works for you, let me know, because most people need their pain meds for the first 3 days. If she needed to take the pain meds, then she'd take the pain meds. But if she doesn't need to, why does she need to make herself feel groggy? You know, you're going to have constipation issues with pain meds and all the things. So that is a swap of how to use the oils. And those are anti-inflammatory oils. They're analgesic, so they help with pain, and they have all the other side benefits that those oils have. So that's one thing recently that we did, because we know those oils help with pain. Another thing, allergies, like I said, we used to use little antihistamines every day my son would take. Now we don't need to. We use Tri-Ease, lemon, lavender, and peppermint, right? So if we can swap out and use our oils that way, that's great. I just read something about Neosporin and Bactrim, and that there's some issues with its actually causes skin sensitivity. It's for skin issues, and it can cause it. It's been causing some problems with people. So use our Correct-X. We don't need to have Neosporin. We honestly don't need it. Use your Correct-X. I'm just giving you some swaps. All of our digestive products for anything like Tums or anything like that, if you feel like you need an antibiotic, you can put the oils together, like with oregano, really great. Thyme is really great. Both of those are really great. But you also could buy the GX Assist in the bottle and just have it on hand and take it like you would an antibiotic if you're starting to feel something awful. I know it's for the digestive cleanse, but it's great as an antibiotic as well. It's powerful. So GX Assist, have it on hand. When we travel, I always take it with me, because I feel like if feel like all of a sudden we're coming down with something, I want to hit it hard. And so GX Assist is what I use for that. And it doesn't make anything weird happen to you. So I take 2 initially, like boom, right before bed. If it's a day where I'm not where it's like, take 2 before bed. And then I just take 1 3 times a day, 2 or 3 times a day, like you would an antibiotic. I'm not dosing you or prescribing. I'm just giving you what I do. So, all right. So those were I gave you the resources. We talked about, what is it? What's the ailment called? Where is it located? What system is it part of? What properties of oils, do you need? And then kind of start deciding, you're going to start learning what oils have certain properties and what systems they help. Yes. Okay. So this is so great. Our emotional oils they're full of oil. Like there's quite a few oils in each one of them. Like I know Motivate has some peppermint in there and orange, but it's got a bunch of other stuff that I don't even know, because they're oils we might not even have access to typically. So what's cool about that is that they have a lot of great properties that we may not even be aware of. So not just for the emotion, but also for health issues. So take a look at these emotional oils, and we don't take these internally. So you're going to diffuse and you're going to put them in your hands, breathe them in, and then put them on topically. If it's a place like, okay, Motivate, headache, focus, and digestive support. So headache. So what's the name of it, or who is it? It's a headache. Its name's headache. And we're going to put it where on our head. Like just if you have a headache, put the oil on your temples, Dr. Hill always said over your ears. And if it's digestive, you're going to put it on your abdomen. So take a screenshot of that. I love this because I think it's a great little way to use our emotional oils. You're also going to get the emotional benefit of it. Okay, so that is it. I want to make sure you have resources either in an app, a book, or some of the websites. You've got actually a great resource right in Real Life Healing. You just have to use it. And start really feeling confident in using your oils because they work. And we have a lot of benefits that we can get from them.